A nation that remains largely unaffected by tourism is slowly attracting the interest of an increasing number of visitors, particularly those who are more inquisitive and keen to explore beyond the typical, conventional paths. A unique and secure location, providing premium experiences that encompass archaeology, stunning natural beauty, historic urban centers, and profound indigenous traditions. Remarkable and impeccably maintained Roman archaeological locations, a capital city on the brink of becoming a treasure of the Mediterranean, breathtaking desert oases, and a culture steeped in history and diverse communities, along with the native legacy of the Berbers and Tuareg. Let's discover the most famous and essential locations in Algeria. Top 10 places you must visit in Algeria. First, Algiers, the bright capital of Algeria. In Algiers, you can feel the Mediterranean, experience Arab culture, and converse in French. It's a city rich in culture, molded over the years by the arrival of Arabs, Romans, Byzantines, Vandals, and Spaniards, a genuine blend of lifestyles and perspectives. Currently, these influences merge into a cohesive, progressive identity, one that embraces the grains of the expansive Sahara and freely extends them toward the Mediterranean's core, aiming at Europe. Algiers is truly one of the significant capitals of the Mediterranean. Its harbor, its beautiful bay, and its distinctive architectural mix, where creativity thrives within a robust Arab structure interlaced with colonial accents, render it genuinely unique. The Che Guevara Boulevard, a picturesque and extended walkway with views of the bay, is one of the most stunning attractions that Algiers presents. Equally impressive are the Kasbah, the core of the ancient Arab fortress, the French districts, and the numerous hills that provide views of this expansive tapestry of existence, symbolizing an entire nation. 2. Tipasa, a coastal archaeological treasure. Tipasa, a UNESCO World Heritage Site approximately 60 kilometers from Algiers, is justly honored by Nobel laureate Albert Camus in an essay about his cherished Algeria. Situated in a coastal and pastoral setting, the roads of the historic town meander through palm trees and age-old olive orchards, revealing a stunning panorama that gradually slopes down to the Mediterranean Sea. The Roman-era amphitheater, the thermal baths, and the remnants of Africa's largest Christian basilica are exceptionally well preserved. 3. An enigmatic grave. The tomb of the Christian woman is regarded as one of the most enigmatic archaeological locations in Algeria. This grand mausoleum can be seen from miles away and, in ancient days, frequently acted as a point of reference for fishermen and sailors. Very little is currently understood about this unusual structure, which falls under the category of tumulus tombs, a type located across the Mediterranean area. It originates from the first half of the 1st century BC and was probably constructed to accommodate members of the Numidian royal household. Some consider it to be the burial site of Juba II and his spouse Cleopatra Selene II, the sole offspring of Cleopatra, while others propose Bacchus II. Aside from these theories, the mysteries of the mausoleum are still unresolved to this day. 4. Timgad, the African Pompeii. Timgad ranks among the most well-preserved locations in Algeria and has justly received UNESCO World Heritage designation. The city attained its zenith in the 2nd century AD, as indicated by its 14 public baths, an impressive library, a theater seating more than 3,000, and a notable forum. After the conclusion of the Byzantine period, Timgad was deserted and effectively vanished under the sands of time, or more accurately, the Sahara's sands, for over a millennium. It was found again at the close of the 18th century by a British explorer named James Bruce. Ironically, it is these very conditions that enabled the city to stay remarkably preserved, granting it the title, the Pompeii of Africa. 5. Jamila, the most attractive. Another treasure of Algeria's archaeological heritage is Jamila, which is also recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Its Berber name translates to the most beautiful, and it truly is. It receives this title due to its exceptional preservation, the remarkable abundance of its mosaics displayed in the local museum, and its breathtaking setting in the northern highlands of the Atlas Mountains, situated approximately 900 meters above sea level. Strolling through the site's streets, an articulate illustration of how the Romans modified their conventional grid, urban design for a hilly environment, guests can appreciate the forum, temples, triumphal arches, early Christian basilicas, villas, and bath complexes. 6. Gardea and the Desert Oases. At the gateway to the Sahara Desert lies Gardea, the pearl of the Mzab Valley. Alongside Gardea, 4 other fortified towns make up what is collectively known as the Mozabite Pentapolis. These citadels were built between the 10th and 11th centuries by Ibadi Muslims fleeing waves of persecution that had begun centuries earlier in the Arabian Peninsula. Visiting them, one feels the timeless charm of places that have remained steadfast in their customs and way of life, largely untouched by the reach of mass tourism. Gardea is the most well-known among them, though only relatively so. Walking through its narrow streets, one will encounter very few Western tourists. 7. Constantine, the city of hanging bridges. Constantine, historically known as Sirte, is one of the most intriguing destinations on a trip through Algeria. Named after Constantine the Great, the city stands on rugged cliffs that, since Roman times, have required the building of grand bridges, structures that continue to shape its identity now. The Ottomans and the French later built upon these magnificent engineering accomplishments. In Constantine, history is tangible, and one can appreciate the complete ambition of Western engineering juxtaposed with the African scenery. Bridges define Constantine and serve as the sole link between the historic city center and the rapidly developing regions nearby, establishing Constantine as Algeria's third-largest city in both land and population. Surrounding the area is a beautiful landscape, featuring many remarkable archaeological sites of great value, which makes Constantine an ideal starting point for discovering the region referred to as Little Kabylia. 8. Wadi Ascendaline, a desert oasis. Wadi Ascendaline lies approximately 80 kilometers north of Janet. Upon departing from the paved road, a bumpy 10-kilometer off-road journey leads you into what is essentially a canyon. A picturesque 90-minute stroll along the parched riverbed brings you to the Guelta, a natural spring situated amid a grove of flowering oleanders and encircled by steep sandstone cliffs. 9. The Timris area. Also reachable from Janet, the Timris is a region noted for its sandstone rock formations, exhibiting distinctive yellowish-red shades that form an actual maze of rocks, spires, and natural arches. The area also hosts numerous rock paintings, remarkable instances of Saharan artistry and crucial proof of ancient times, when these territories were abundant in water and filled with life. 10. The spectacle of Erg Ed Mer. We conclude on a high note with one of the most thrilling experiences of a journey through Algeria, the natural magic of Erg Ed Mer. This is the place that comes to mind when you think of the word Sahara, revealing itself here in its purest beauty. An endless sea of rose-colored dunes stretching over 180 kilometers in length, a succession of breathtaking views and landscapes that offer truly unforgettable emotions. Algeria is a country rich in wonders, from its vast desert to its lively cities, from historic heritage to contemporary customs. Traveling here is not solely about arriving at a place, but about embracing the experience with a receptive spirit. Whether you stroll through ancient Roman structures or observe the sun dipping behind the Sahara dunes, Algeria will imprint an unforgettable memory on your spirit. It's not merely a journey, it's an experience you'll hold close for a lifetime.